Those are one of his great attributes. He's had over 40 plus professional fights. He's fought in almost every major MMA organization over his long career. He's also a very versatile fighter. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Carson Gracie Jr. He's also a national wrestling champion in his home. And he's got 50 years of Muay Thai experience. For all those reasons, Mauro, have his A game.
All right, the stage is set for what should be a terrific night of MMA action. Los Angeles, it's time to get this party of pain started with a showdown of Golden State natives, KJ Noons and Connor Heun.
Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and a theater here in Los Angeles as Strikeforce and present a big night of mixed martial arts brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drink in association with EA Sports. Tonight's action is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. The chairman is John Frierson. The executive officer is George Dodd. All right, fans, here we go with a 160-pound catchweight special attraction scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And now, please welcome joining us to the blue corner. Standing at 5 feet 10 inches, he weighed in at 159 1/2 pounds. With a record of 8 wins, he has 1 knockout and 5 to his credit. Fighting out of Hollywood, California by way of Boulder, Colorado, please welcome the NCAA college wrestling star, Connor Hurricane Heun.
In fact, Connor Heun is a Division III national qualifier in wrestling at the University of Ithaca, where he graduated with a major in English, a very well-spoken individual. But he says that a lot of fighters fight for the paycheck. He fights to inspire others with his grit and determination. Something tells me he's not fighting for free tonight, though, Stephen.
No, I think he's getting paid. And Connor's key to victory in this fight against KJ Noons will be the double leg takedown. As much as he likes to scrap, and he showed that in his fight with George Gurgel last year in one of the greatest fights of 2009, he's going to want to take this to the ground and go for his jiu-jitsu.
Connor Heun has proven his toughness, but he definitely needs the takedowns. When you talk about KJ Noons striking, Heun needs to get under and pass those strikes, get the takedown and work for submissions.
Prior to entering the mixed martial arts, clothing, apparel, and so a guy who has definitely paid his dues on Showtime. He said Noons' biggest strength is his striking. Focus on his Muay Thai training for this fight, especially after he was picked apart by low kicks in that fight you talked about, Stephen, against George Gurgel. He also underwent reconstructive surgery on his ACL after that fight, and he now says he feels like a new person. He has the ability to shoot. He's also a wrestling coach at Paul Revere Middle School. So really, Connor Heun does it all.
Well-versed, to say the least.
And we are very honored and pleased to have 2 of the best referees in the sport overseeing the action tonight, and not only Big John McCarthy and Herb Dean.
And now, introducing his opponent, joining us to the red corner, also standing at 5 feet 10 inches, he also weighed in at 159 1/2 pounds. With a record of 7 wins and 1 loss, he has 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former lightweight champion from San Diego, California, the hard-hitting KJ Noons.
This is the first time we are seeing KJ Noons under the Strikeforce umbrella. But Showtime fight fans have seen him before, and he says one of the reasons he signed with Strikeforce was due to the fact that the promotion is allowing him to continue his career as a professional boxer. He sports a 12-2 mark in the sweet science. Pat, you've done a lot of boxing. Is it possible for Noons to excel at both sports at this level?
Absolutely, I definitely think so. Jens Pulver was doing it for a while and then went back to MMA full-time. but KJ Noons has the skills. He's a great athlete. A lot of guys in MMA call themselves strikers. This kid is a striker.
And to get things done here against Connor Heun, the key to victory for KJ Noons is to sprawl and brawl. He definitely wants to stay on his feet and use those awkward punches. He always works from angles, and he was so successful against Nick Diaz doing that. He's going to want to do the same here tonight against Heun.
Noons is peripatetic when it comes to training. He travels to a variety of different gyms in the San Diego area, says it's the best way to get different looks and the best training partners. And really at this level, I think he knows what he's talking about when he says that conditioning wins fights. And he recently enlisted the services of Vanderlei Silva's former conditioning coach, Rafael Halejada, as we now take a look at the tail of the tape for this opening contest, a catchweight bout at 160 pounds.
Noons, 4 years, the junior, the height and weight were identical. 2-inch reach advantage for Connor Heun, but I don't think he wants to use it to box. I think he wants to use it to get a hold of Noons and take it down.
Let's take a look at the rules. All fights tonight will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. 3 judges will score each bout using the 10-point must system. The winner of each round gets 10 points. The loser 9 or less. Scoring is done based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and cage control. There are no knees, kicks, or elbow strikes to the head of a grounded opponent.
Once again, we are scheduled 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing our referee in charge now to give instructions, Herb Dean.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to have a clean fight. Touch him up. Let's make it official.
Interesting that KJ Noons didn't want to have that traditional stare down. I remember Takanori Gomi saying that it wastes energy when you look into your opponent's eyes.
Ready to fight? Ready. Do it.
We are set 3 5-minute rounds, and Heun, like a hurricane, storms out of his corner. Both fighters orthodox. Heun with a 2-inch reach advantage.
KJ Noons already keeping a low stance to defend the takedown.
And he stuffed that takedown attempt there by Heun.
Well, Heun has definitely shown his cards early.
Heun coming forward.
Heun coming forward with punches to set up the takedown. Very smart.
Misses with a wild right. You can see the nervous energy coursing through the veins of Heun, while KJ Noons much more comfortable.
Heun's got to definitely set it up a little bit more with the...
Oh, the high head kick catches Noons.
Talk about working every level. KJ Noons got the underhook, and then Heun went with a high kick. Love it.
You can see Noons looking for that uppercut. He's throwing it. He's expecting the shot. When Heun changes levels, he wants to catch him coming in. There it is again.
Low leg kick there, looking for the sweep was Connor Heun. Uppercut by Heun and the straight left, and so far Heun acquitting himself well against the noted striker KJ Noons here early in round 1. The last time Noons was in action was in Japan in March of this year, defeating Andre Amato via decision. Heun, of course, coming off that entertaining decision loss to George Gurgel in June of last year. So it's been a year already for Connor Heun. Again, underwent the knee surgery, but showing little evidence of cage rust thus far. Nice body kick by Heun.
Well, Heun needs to spend more time using his hands to set up the kicks.
Body shot.
If that's what he wants to do, you can't get caught hanging with a kick with a boxer in front of you.
Heun doing a really good job of slipping the jab of KJ Noons, and that's something that he said he was going to work on, and he's been very effective in doing so.
And every time Noons ducks his head, he gets caught with the uppercut, but then Noons gets the best of that exchange, throwing a left head kick, grazing the top of Heun's head. Heun beginning to show some of the marks, though, of these shots delivered by KJ Noons, and there's another kick, and he has to be careful.
Well, look at Noons' footwork. He's doing a great job of staying out of the way of most of the stuff. He's really crisp. You can see he's just staying just out of the reach.
The midway point of round 1. Overhand left from Heun. It's been a tremendous affair thus far, and Heun looks like he may be having problems with his left eye. And yes, there is blood, there is swelling beginning to form around the left eye of Connor Heun.
KJ is making small movements, but it looks
and
like
the takedown secured by Heun, but immediately getting back up to his feet while trying to with Noons, and Heun now has the back, looking for the rear naked choke.
Heun's not wanting to waste any time here. He's getting to work because he doesn't want to be on his feet much longer with Noons.
Remember, a BJJ brown belt under Eddie Bravo. KJ Noons, though, defending well thus far, using the cage for leverage.
Also, he has the triangle body lock around Noons' waist.
Noons getting squeezed here by the body triangle from Heun.
Might not be a bad idea for Heun to posture up and start punching here.
And there's a right hand, another one, and Noons in a precarious position, defending thus far, but Heun now in the S mount, now gets his back.
Hooks in.
Noons desperately trying to defend now on his back, full mount by Heun, less than a minute remaining now.
Yeah, Heun needs to get back to position, keep punching.
Great scrambling here by Noons. Beautiful job. Now north-south Heun again has side control, and Heun really controlling the action here in the final minute. Hammer fist. He has the hooks in, needs to flatten Noons out.
There it is. Inflict punishment until the guy wants to leave. Then he'll give you the submission.
Has never been submitted. His only loss was against Charles Crazy Horse Bennett via knockout. He was to avenge or try to avenge that fight here tonight, but Bennett was pulled from the card. Heun took the fight on 2 weeks' notice. A nice reversal by Noons, back up on his feet.
Beautiful. Hustle, hustle.
Noons escaped out the back door and got back to standing. Wow, what a great sequence.
An entertaining opening 5 minutes here. Strikeforce live from Los Angeles, and Noons drops Heun at the buzzer.
Noons doing a great job. You can see him step in the angle there. Connor Heun has to look for him. Looks right back into a right hand. Not a good thing. Connor Heun doing a good job timing the punch from Noons, getting in, getting that double leg takedown and getting to work. And right away he did get to work. He knew that that was one of his only chances in this fight potentially to finish Noons. Here's Noons doing a good job surviving, scrambling on the ground with Heun, coming up on top and getting up and saying, "Come back into my world, son."
Heun connected on 31 of 77 strikes in that opening round, a 40% clip. Noons, 18 of 44, 41% clip. I think the groundwork by Heun gave him the round. How do you see it, Fight Professor?
I think it would have given him the round if it wouldn't have been for the knockdown in the final seconds of the round, and I believe that that swung it back in favor of KJ Noons winning the round.
Interesting. How about you, Coach?
Easily could have been a draw, easily.
One thing's for sure, Connor Heun taking the fight on 2 weeks' notice, has the heart of a mixed martial artist, very scrappy, willing to engage in his opponent's strength, and we're seeing it here so far tonight. Noted striker KJ Noons, a professional boxer. There is also swelling under the left eye of Noons as he cracks Heun with that right hand. Oh, nice body shot, blistering the body with that left.
Notice the difference in their striking. When Noons throws, he moves his head while he throws. Heun's not quite as skilled at striking, leaves his head there while he's striking and he gets caught.
But one thing that's impressing me about Heun is that he's hooking off the jab rather than just throwing the hook from left field. He comes in, throws the jab to fake, and then throws the left hook.
True.
And Heun also really staying busy, trying to catch Noons off guard with a mixture of strikes and kicks. So uppercut, Noons just standing his ground. But both of them showing the effects of what has been A terrific striking battle thus far. There's another left hook delivered by Noons. Jab from Heun.
One thing I noticed is that KJ Noons hasn't really thrown any low kicks at all. I believe it's because he doesn't want to get taken down with a caught leg.
Yeah, head kicks only from Noons. Hard to catch a head kick.
Oh, knee attempt from Noons.
Downstairs.
Oh! Noons spun around with that leg kick. Sweep from Heun, uppercut from Noons, follows it up with a straight left. Left hook from Heun.
Notice Noons not overcommitting anymore on a lot of his punches. He's trying to be careful, not get too stretched out so that Heun gets another takedown. I don't think he liked what he felt on the ground.
Inside leg kick. Noons really getting his face marked up in this round by Heun, midway point of the fight. And now Heun saying, come on, let's start swinging for the fences. The fans in Los Angeles agree. Knee right to the breadbasket by Heun.
Good left hook. Wow.
I would have to say that so far, Conor Heun has the wider variety of skills with knees, high kicks, low kicks, hooks off jabs, and takedowns.
His head was just popped back by the Noons jab body shot. Now beginning to work the body a little more as KJ Noons. What do you think of Noons' stance and his footwork thus far, Pat? Is he flat-footed a little bit?
Well, he's trying to be smart about things. You can tell. He's only thrown one or two.
Oh, and he connects there with the right and left. And Heun is on roller skates. The knee. Noons looking for the finish. Heun showing all kinds of heart coming back.
Yeah, because Heun was hurt from that hook, I'll tell you what.
Oh, but now they're just swinging wildly. Rights and lefts. Pulling out all the stops, and now we're beginning to see some lateral movement from Noons.
Yeah.
KJ is starting to load up. I hope that doesn't mean he's getting tired.
Well, that's not a bad thing for Conor to have happen, because then he can get in on his takedown.
Sloppy shoot there from Heun. Talk about maybe being fatigued, looking for the takedown. Final minute, and Noons, that grazed the chinny chin chin. Body shot, man. Noons puts everything behind that left.
Heun's timing does not look as good as it did against Gurgel, and I think the short notice on the fight might have something to do with that.
And yet I think he's doing better than he did in the fight against Gurgel. There's a knee to Noons' face.
One thing I like about Conor Heun as well is that right-hand lead is rarely missed in this fight.
Noons showcasing some takedown defense. Overhand looping right by Heun, misses.
Yeah, Heun going after a year of layoff, knee surgery, everything else.
Oh, and again gets cracked with that left hook. Spinning back fist for histrionic sake. Final 10 seconds of this catchweight bout between KJ Noons and Conor Heun. Susanna Collins is standing by with the Strikeforce Women's 145-pound champion, Chris Cyborg.
Joining me now is Strikeforce Women's middleweight champion, Chris Cyborg. Chris, we are getting ready to watch your husband step into the cage against Zaramskis. Do you get nervous before you watch him fight?
No, I'm good. I'm happy. I know Cyborg training a lot. I think you're ready for fight. I think good fight.
You are a champion yourself. You hold a belt. Does he ever ask you for advice before his fights?
I train a lot to get Cyborg. I think Cyborg ready. I help Cyborg a lot too, and I think good communication. Yeah.
We're getting ready to see you back in the cage on June 26th against Strikeforce newcomer Jan Finney. How do you rate her as an opponent?
I train a lot. I think I'm ready for fight, and I want to do a good show for Strikeforce for San Jose. I'm great.
We can't wait to see you back in there. Thank you so much, Chris.
Chris Cyborg, of course, defending her title against Jan Finney Saturday, June 26th. Heun quickly opens with the flurry, and through 2 rounds, how do you have the fight? Fight, Professor? Fight, Professor? Easy for me to say.
It totally is, Mauro. I would have to say that Connor Heun has been the busier of the 2 fighters, but I believe KJ Noons has done more damage with his punches. So therefore, I think he squeaked that round as well. That first round, as Pat said, could have gone either way, really.
Coach, how do you see it through 2?
Yeah, it could have been a draw in the first round. Noons definitely did the damage, though, in the second round.
Yeah.
Heun was the busier, throwing 94 strikes, landing 32 in the second round, while Noons threw 75, landed 33. So Noons with the higher connect percentage, while, as you guys mentioned, Heun, the much busier of the 2 fighters thus far.
There are times when KJ Noons just stands still, and that's a really relaxed fighter that can do that. Because a lot of times, a fighter who's not really confident in his stand-up will be moving constantly.
Aren't you also a standing or sitting target? The knee attack there from Noons, especially against a guy like who is throwing everything at him, including that high head kick.
Well, theoretically, yes, but Noons is reading Connor Heun right now.
Oh, cracks him again with that left hook. Man, you can hear that shot reverberate throughout the theater and into your living room.
I don't know what's taking more damage, Noons' hands or Heun's head.
Noons hasn't been to the 3rd round in his last 3 fights. We'll see how his conditioning is there. Gets cracked with a knee from Heun.
Heun needs to turn it into a brawl briefly. That's when he's going to get his takedowns. He can't shoot from a distance anymore.
That was a good left hook by Heun.
Heun is
but he pushed the punch and he didn't
And now Noons beginning to establish the jab, follows it up. Beautiful 3-punch combination from the boxer Noons. And Heun's face now beginning to resemble the stained glass window of colors. Blood, red, swelling. Another left.
Short left uppercut. Beautiful.
Oh, almost clashed heads there.
Yeah, it looked like his chin cut the top of his head.
They are literally just taking power shots at each other. Throw out technique, throw out strategy. These 2 are rock-ups of robots.
Looked like a knee to the liver. I think that hurt Noons. Look, he's keeping his right hand so low, protecting his body.
Now and again, desperately trying for the shoot. Noons just steps out of the way. A knee from Heun. Man, you talk about conditioning, heart, and courage. These 2 have been going at it now for the better part.
Good escape by Noons.
13 minutes straight.
KJ Noons has to be thinking, wow, Connor Heun's got a chin.
I think that's what everybody's thinking in this building.
And on TV.
There's no doubt about it that Connor Heun, win or lose or draw, is a fan-friendly type of fighter. We've seen it in the fight against Gurgel. We're seeing it here tonight against KJ Noons.
Nice job sliding off the cage by Noons.
And there again, follows it up with a kick, misses. And now expending energy, throwing caution to the wind.
Yeah, Noons is really a smooth kid with his footwork. Does a great job getting out of the way and getting out of trouble off the cage.
Noons has to be very careful, though, the way he dips his head. He's right for a knee or a kick or an uppercut.
Yeah, but you got to be fast enough to catch that because he moves his head so fast. Technically, you're right, but he doesn't leave it hanging there. He comes back to center.
I don't know about that. Caught an uppercut right there, baby. Final minute of this fight. Sprawl by Noons. Heun wants to take it to the ground.
All takedowns stuffed so far by KJ Noons in this round.
Heun is 0 for 8 in takedowns in this round. 29 of 80 in the striking department. Noons 24 of, or make that 25 of 57. The crowd in LA beginning to cheer, sensing that we could be in for a furious finish here.
Oh, nice right hand by Heun.
Desperate right thrown by the Hurricane. They are leaving it all inside the cage. Mixed martial arts at the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles. This is just the opening bout, and what a fight it's been. Left hand from Noons. Heun having trouble finding his footing. Another knee from Noons. What a scrap. Noons and Heun are going to the judges' scorecards.
During that round, Noons threw some great combos. The kid really has some great boxing skills and not bad takedown defense, by the way. Heun also threw plenty of shots, landed some good stuff there. He hit with the forearm on the left hook and then landed the right uppercut. Nice combo on Heun's part. Here's the exact reason why you keep your right hand up when you throw a left hook, because that's what happens. You chew on your opponent's left hook generally.
Plus, they also say never hook with a hooker, right? And both were throwing hooks at the same time, Patrick.
Don't hook with a hooker unless your right hand's up. How's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we have a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Abe Bellardo, scores about 30-27 in favor of Connor Heun. Judge at ringside, Lester Griffin, scores about 29-28 in favor of KJ Noons. And Judge Nelson Doc Hamilton scores about 29-28 in favor of the winner, KJ Noons.
Well, Pat, Connor Heun surely pushed the action, but he ran into a lot of shots.
Yeah, I think what the judges mostly are